Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to today's Daily Divine, here to support our shine. Whew. My name's Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Thanks so much for being here. To everyone who is new, a very warm welcome to you. And to those who have been coming back for a while, of course, a very warm welcome home to you as well. Thanks so much for showing up and being here. Whew, it is the 8th month. It is the 17th day of the 8th month. Look at that. We have another 888 day. Wow, I just realized that. That is powerful. Today is an incredibly powerful day. So let's just get this Palo Santo going and we'll do a quick check-in. Oh gosh, I live in my own little world here. I crack myself up. All right. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving, and kind. Okay, so that changes everything, doesn't it? When we come to understand that today is 888 once again, which speaks of the power of this month. And so in the last 24 hours since we connected, it's interesting because, here in my nest, my surroundings, it's nice, it's easy, it's a controlled environment, if you will, energetically. And then when I go out into the world, what I've really come to understand is everyone is going through something at this time. And the more compassion we can show ourselves is going to be supportive in our ability to show compassion for others. And in the last 36 to 48 hours, I've really come to the realization and understanding that that's all we're required to do, is to bring our best forward in each and every day and to show up for ourselves so that in sort of a snowball way, we're able to show up for others as well, because it is a very tense time. And I look around at my crew that I roll with at work, and everyone is going through something, and everyone is feeling the energetic call to change. And so many folks are unsure of where to begin. And my answer is always the same: within your experience, within the day. So let's see if I can pull the right deck that I'm looking for today. And I believe this is it. Okay, we're just going to tune in and see what's here for us. And remember, as we move through this weekend, self-care, radical self-care, radical self-acceptance. Remember the Me Talks card we had the other day? Well, here it is again. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. I'm also finding that it's really important for us to be sure that we are, so for myself, I've been experiencing a lot of pain in the physical body, like in my joints. And it could be an age thing. It could be a menopause thing. It also could be that my body is needing more magnesium, more vitamin D and K. So I'm that's the one thing that I've been called to really commit to for the remainder of the month is, and this is the perfect card to come out as I'm saying this, is to make sure that I am supplementing with the minerals and vitamins that the body actually needs to function. Because so many of us, because our food is basically garbage for the most part, unless you're growing it. So the food is mineral deficient. The soil that the food is grown in is mineral deficient, if it's actually grown, because a lot of food is created in labs, and that is not food. And so it does feel, as we inch closer to Virgo season, because Virgo's very meticulous about health and the physical body and our physical well-being. So as we're getting closer to Virgo season, you may be feeling this call, this push, this pull from within to change up your health routines and the supplements that you're taking. And so I would encourage everyone to make sure that you are working with iodine. Remember back in the day, if you're my age, when we would get a cut or something at school, you would go to there used to be a public health nurse in all the schools. Oh, good day, Pamela. You would go to the public health nurse, and she would put iodine on your scrape or your cut. And we don't do that anymore. People do not take iodine, and iodine is one of the main minerals that supports the function of the thyroid. And so most people are iodine deficient. So it's really easy to work with. I'm going to run and grab my iodine and just show you, okay? Oh, hi. That is interesting. So what, you just sprinkle it? I'm going to go get my bottle and you tell me, do you just like sprinkle it and mix it with the salt? Tell me how that works. Just a sec. So, iodine, okay? And all I do with this, you don't have to ingest it. You can. I used to put it under, no, it's produced like that. Oh, wow. Where are you? Milos, where are you in the world? That sounds amazing. Yes, it does. There's a book, I can't remember which doctor wrote it, but there's a book called The Iodine Crisis. And so, oh, welcome all the way from Serbia. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. So here's the iodine that we get. And we used to put it under our tongue first thing in the morning. And I'll tell you, it doesn't have a great taste. It tastes like, if you lick blood off, if you get a cut and then you lick it or whatever. But anyways, so I would just put it in here. I would actually fill this dropper full. And then what I do is just put it on the soft area inside my arm and rub it. That's just a little bit, but you can gauge. Oh, I'm a Virgo as well. Are you an August or a September Virgo? So you would just put it on your arm. I rub it in, and then you can't see it here, but normally it would show up. Okay, nice. I'm an August Virgo. You'll see the orange. It'll stain your skin, but you'll be able to tell how deficient you are by how quickly it's absorbed into your skin. So without this becoming a health talk, maybe we'll do that another day, but it just feels really important to remind you to be supporting your body, your physical well-being with vitamins and minerals. It's so key. We used to get this often in the food we eat, but like I said, the food and the soil and everything is so deficient of minerals. It's really hard for us. We must supplement. Magnesium is another important one, particularly if you're one who has anxiety, you get easily stressed and overwhelmed, you have trouble sleeping. There are great magnesium, I think, Calm Ease. A lot of people use those package things. I just literally open up my supplements and dump them into the smoothie I'm making. And that way my body doesn't have to process those gel caps or anything like that. It's straight up minerals into me. Yeah, sunlight, free vitamin D. And it's really important when whether it's sunlight. I always encourage you, because here in Canada, we don't get enough sunlight most of the places, because they're covering our sun right in the sky. So vitamin D, yes, sunlight, it's good for you, minus the sunscreen. It's not good for you. And also, on top of the sunlight, supplement with vitamin D. And I would encourage 5,000 international units per day. So if you've got a vitamin D caplet, a gel cap that is 1,000 international units, you want to take 5 of those a day. And in order for all of this to really work in our body, we need to work with vitamin D and vitamin K. And this gets the vitamins right into our bones and all of this. Yeah, you know what? I love you already, Milos. Thanks so much for showing up today. And make sure you subscribe to this channel so I can enter your name into the free reading giveaway. And our next draw here on this channel will be live on Thursday, August the 29th. And it is for all subscribers who, yay, thank you, all subscribers who comment. It doesn't matter how many times you comment and what content you comment on, your name will be entered into a draw. And it stays in here month to month to month. Your name stays in here. So if you comment 100 times, your name's going to be in here 100 times. And there's a pretty good chance you're going to win a free reading. So the first card that we did pull out before we got on that little health talk with Milos and I, Virgos, we love anything to do with health. We won't start talking about enemas here or anything today. But adjustments are required. The third quarter moon, we are, I'm not sure where we are, but we are days away, 2 days away from our full moon in Aquarius. And I do believe they're calling this one a blue moon as well. So this is the time for release. Remember, we've been getting all these messages all week about releasing and letting go and the importance of doing so. And with this Aquarius full moon coming up on Monday, it's critical. Remember, we're in Mercury retrograde. I've been telling you, I've been saying for the whole year, whether it was in the by the sign elemental readings or what, that August, Virgo season, not just August. August was a very, very powerful month. In my estimation, the most powerful month of the calendar year 2024. Virgo season is going to be the most abundant, prosperous, and just delightfully rich season of harvest for those of us who have been doing the inner work, for those of us who continue to show up for ourselves on a daily basis. And for some of us, adjustments are absolutely required. Remember, we've got Mercury retrograde. This is a time of reflection. And there's all these, I'm not an astrologer or anything like that. I'm very interested in astrology, and I find that I do speak the language of astrology without knowing the terminology. And I only come to understand that through those seasoned astrologers who I listen to, which are very few. And every time I listen to them, it's like confirmation of what's already been shared here in one of our messages. So this is a perfect time to make some adjustments, because then Mercury is going to begin to move direct as we enter the first week of Virgo season. And it's going to cross back through all the degrees of Leo and all the degrees of Virgo. So this is a beautiful time for reflection and modification. You know, what is old and outdated that we can let go of, to create space for what we actually desire, the new, to come into our experience. And the new is going to have a hard time coming into our experience when we're holding on to the old. So as you move through this weekend, and as we move through the remainder of August, continue to modify and adjust as you are guided. And you don't have to seek externally for any of those answers. Perhaps externally you receive some confirmation, yet within you already have all the answers. And you are incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Here we go again with that 20 energy, which is what, everyone? We should know, because we get it every single day. Judgment. judgment is such a difficult one. And the easiest way, what I'm hearing is, there's that meme, there's a meme out there. Everything in life is a meme these days. It's actually kind of ridiculous, but whatever. Um, there's a meme out there that the difference between a weed and a flower is simply a judgment. And it's true. Think about the dandelions, medicine, that grow in the early spring. And you've got all these people like, oh, I don't want that dandelion on my grass. And yet the children, oh, look at this beautiful flower. And they may pick a bouquet of dandelions and hand it to the adult in their life. And the adult's like, oh, yay, dandelion bouquet. It's medicine. And like when the flower turns to seed, how many of us have blown on that head of the dandelion and made wishes, sent wishes out there into the world? So I feel like this judgment card today is really asking us to, again, there's a difference between judgment and discernment. And as we develop and as we mature, yes, right? I'm saying it, you're typing it. We are on the same wavelength. As we mature, we move away from the judgment, because judgment is pointing fingers, with three always pointing back at us, which is a clue as to where to begin. And discernment is more about, from an elevated perspective, knowing what's good for us and what's not good for us. And it doesn't mean that we judge someone who's not good for us. We just create a boundary around ourselves, knowing that, this particular connection is not a healthy connection for us. And we don't really want to be sitting in judgment because, and as Virgos, we are very analytical. I'm saying analytical. I know the word is analytical, but Virgo likes to analyze everything, and to our own detriment most of the time. And yet, as we age and we mature and heal and continue along our awakening, continue along the path of our spiritual essence in service to our eternal soul, we come to understand that it's not about the wheels that turn in the head. In fact, we're far more effective in that hermit mode, in the heart. Evil is just wounds which have never healed. Well, I actually am going to, just because Milo is very engaged here, Milos, evil isn't the wounds, actually. Evil is the external, right? The matrix in which we have been born into, this patriarchal system. There is nothing innately evil about any of us. We are children of God. We are children of light. And many of us came into this life and were highly traumatized in our formative years. So we're going to say from birth to 21, everything below the heart, all the chakras below the heart. So perhaps cruelty was perpetuated on us. And unhealed wounds really is all about, what do I want to say? Evil is the external forces, the governments, the control energies of the world, those who feel that they're above the people, the children, us, right? And we are here to awaken to that by the journey of healing the inner pain, healing our wounds. And as we heal our wounds, we then gain in wisdom. Wisdom doesn't come from books. Wisdom is nothing more than pain healed. And so it's about us having compassion with ourselves. It's about us not judging ourselves. It is about us learning the lessons of our brother Yeshua, who left his messages, his teaching of forgiveness. He also left the message that we would do greater things than he ever did. And so there's so many people in the world, unfortunately, who believe that this man is coming back to save them. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen like that, because we are saved through his messages. We are saved through the understanding that we are the light of Christ, here to resurrect the light of Christ in this lifetime through our sovereignty. No need to apologize. Through our sovereignty, through our inner work, through the healing of the wounds, which may have been perpetuated generationally by those who were also traumatized. And through the trauma, I'm sweating, through the trauma, because it's generation, pain is passed from generation to generation to generation until someone breaks the chain of the pain, right? We have, there's always one in a family that's going to break the pain of the chain and clear those karmic ties, so that going forward, and we're doing it for those who may have perpetuated the unkind, unfair, the abuse, the trauma, the treatment that was horrific, we're doing it for them also, because they were operating from their perspective. And until we take responsibility for how we feel, for the things that happen, and stop pointing fingers, right, and become discerning, take personal responsibility, we do the work for them as well, because they were only operating from the place of the wounded child that they were. And many of those who came before us were unable, unwilling, unaware that there was healing work to do. And so they just kept repeating patterns from generation to generation to generation. And then we were born, right? And then we were born, and we came to break these patterns. We came to stop the pain. We came to recognize our own beauty, and beauty has nothing to do with how we look, right? It's about the essence that lives within us, that shines forth. You could have the most unattractive, visually say unattractive person that looks to be, hi Elaine, looks gorgeous because of their spirit. And so, we live in a world where everyone's wanting to look like something they're not, heavily made up, heavily synthesized with, implant this, implant that. Yeah, I love, Milos is, we got a new one here that's very, I love the energy, Milos. Thanks so much for showing up today. That's my little dog carrying on. So this is also, that 2 energy is also the high priestess and the medicine woman energy. So all of you here watching this are the medicine woman. You are the high priestess. You are the Luna. You are the one who came to change the world and bring your medicine into the world. We just had 2 of these. So the end of a tough cycle approaches, the full moon in Capricorn. So we had our second full moon in Capricorn back in July. And so for many of you, this is just a message saying you did it. You came to the other side of that difficult, challenging cycle, which began, many, many years ago, and probably right around the Pisces new moon of this year, it was intense. And so this is letting you know that cycle has completed, and now it's up to you to wrap up, clean up, sweep away, do the taking the garbage out, if you will, taking the garbage out, decluttering, organizing, getting stuff clear. Because if we live in a cluttered environment, if our place is dirty, unclean, everything's in disarray, we're going to feel that way as well. You can't feel good sitting around clutter or dirt. And that, there is that saying, cleanliness is next to godliness. Now it's all, you get started. Yeah. So this is it. We're done. And that original message about our karma being cleared, for those of you who have been traveling with me for a while, that message originally came through with the Lions Gate in 2012. right? That karma had been cleared for humanity. And everyone was like, woo, yeah, karma's cleared. Then that meant we had to do the clearing within us. And so we've been working at it for a decade or more, right? And so now it's time to take action. And I would actually say this action that we're being asked to take is to clean up our house, our physical bodies and the home, the roof in which we live under. So this isn't about going out there and making decisions and doing things in just going for it, because Mercury's retrograde, right? So we want to take action on the home front. Let's do this. Let's clear this up as we get closer and closer to Virgo season, so that we enter Virgo season, the most abundant season of the year. It is the season of harvest. And this one is a big one. 888 today. It's an auspicious time. It's an auspicious number. We are here to be the open floodgate of abundance. And it begins in our home space. It begins in our daily life. It begins in our practices on a daily basis, that we, how we show up for ourselves. I'm just seeing which, they're asking for that Shaman's Dream deck again. Okay, so let's pull a card or two from here. And this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. All right, let's see. So over here, it's Wednesday in my world. You guys are enjoying your Saturday. And it's hump day. Do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Who sang that? Come on, baby. Do the hump. Oh, are you kidding me right now? I am so grateful for my team who brings us clarity. They don't mess around. It's like they said what they said and they meant it, okay? Look at this. Eye of the needle, intentionality. We've got that 17 again, and 8. I cannot stress. If you're here, if you're watching this whenever, in particular, though, if you are watching this in August of 2024, this is your time. Come on. And it may feel like you're being guided in a very, very narrow space. And trust me, walking the path of integrity of the heart is a narrow path. And yet it is expansive and full of grace and full of abundance and gifts, all by what it is we intend. Look at this card. It looks so freaking powerful. It's reminding me of a stick bug. I know it's a needle, but it's reminding me of a stick bug and a dragon's eye there in the middle. It reminds me of the back of this card. Where is it? The back of this card. I'm feeling that energy for some reason. And what I'm really feeling here, this is like, as you deal with your emotions in that sacral chakra, and that can be tough, right? Because that's where we store unresolved emotions. And that chakra is developed between 7 and 14. Okay, so if we were traumatized between birth and 7, we're moving up into this emotional chakra at a disadvantage already. And then, it's really interesting. But this feels like we are, for many of you, in the next 24 hours, there may be some emotional stuff that comes up. And what I'm feeling and hearing is that as you deal with the emotional stuff that comes up and clear it, you become more powerful, solar powered. Trust your intuition. Make sure you're grounded. Get to nature. Plant your bare feet on the ground. It seems like so basic, and so many people are like, ew, you walk around in your bare feet? Oh yeah, from May to November, and longer if I could. I would never put shoes on if that was an option here. It's unfortunately not. But this is saying, although the path may seem narrow, you can do it with precision. And remember, we had earlier this week the eagle eye with the focus of the eagle. Yes, JD's in the house. Look at all these people. I'm like ready to party. We're going to party at work today. We've got someone that's got someone's solar return is today, the day they were born, and we are going to have a good time because that's how I roll at work. You know, it's just basically a job. It's just a job I show up to and do the best while I'm there and make it fun for everyone around. I'm that one. Oh, remember this? We had this the other day too. Remember? 2 days ago. Transpersonal. As much as this change, they want the bottom card too, so I'll take that. As much as this change, like lots is changing, right? The world's gone crazy, you know, and the world's separated into this group, that group, this group. I talk about this all the time to the young ladies that I work with, right? Like we've got this here, it's probably worldwide, but here in Canada, they've got this big push, diversity and equity. It's never been more exclusive or than anything. So you got this group of people over here, you got this group of people over here, you got this group of people over here, and they all think that they're, you know, like rah, rah, rah for this, rah, rah, rah for that, rah, rah, rah for that. And all that's happening is you're being divided into groups that separate you from communicating with one another. This group's feeling they're more special than that group. Honestly, it's bullshit. And yes, stupid. It's like a monkey. I like a monkey wrench. And now we got that going on too. The M-pox, you know, this is going to be a true intelligence test with this one when they roll this nonsense out. Yet, when we begin to talk to one another, when us humans, H-U-E, mans, right? Many colors, many, you know, socioeconomic status, whatever. It doesn't matter. We are all one, and it's us. We are the good ones, if you will. Humanity, H-U-E, are the good ones, and those that try to control us know how powerful we are. So if they keep us segregated and fighting one another, we'll never stand up to them who truly are the evil. Truly are, you know, we are all about our heart. This is our guide in this lifetime, not this. The mind keeps us stupid. I've never said stupid so many times that I have in lives this week. I mean, I think I've said it maybe 10 times, maybe 20, because I'd look around and I'm like, oh my gosh, how stupid can we be? Collectively, dummies, where are our marbles? We need like a spirituality for dummies. You know, like they have all those other books for dummies, right? Like, come on, maybe that's a book I meant to write. You know, spiritual awakening for dummies. With all due respect, I mean, anything I say, it's not to put another down. It's simply to help us see the folly of the human way. And the mind, you know, most of it doesn't work well. Most of it's gray matter, you know, and anyone who's using fluoride has a calcified pineal gland, so they're not thinking straight. So if you are one of those ones who are using fluorinated toothpaste, throw it out today, please. Do yourself and do the world a favor. Get rid of that stuff. It's a neurotoxin. It's bad. Bad fluoride. You know, another lie we've been sold. So the change that's really, as much as we've got, you get to know someone after you ate a big bag of salt together. So living together. So yeah, echo chambers of our mind. Yeah, that's awesome, Milos. Yeah, we've been maybe 20, 30 years or so without fluoride toothpaste in this house. And it's funny because my son, who's now 20, almost 21, has always had fluoride-free toothpaste in the house. And now that he's like this age and all that kind of stuff, I see that he's bringing like some of the crap toothpaste in here. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Look at this stuff. It's garbage. So again, though, he has his own choices to make, right? We all have our own choices. So it's about us taking personal responsibility and doing what we can. So get off the fluoride. So back to this card, as much as there's like worldwide changes taking place, and not necessarily positive ones. And yet, let's focus on the positive, because people are waking up worldwide. We have North America here, we have Serbia here. Like, it's amazing, the connections. And we hopefully one day we'll all gather somewhere and have a big party, dancing and shaking it off and moving to the beat of our own inner drummer and connecting in the physical. And if we don't, what a beautiful thing that we're able to connect this way and feel each other's vibe and frequency. Hi, Emily. Thank you. I hope you have a great day too. And welcome here. I've not seen your name before either. So thank you so much for being here. Please do let us know where you are, where in the world you are. So what we're concerned about at this time with this six energy, which is Virgo, right? Our spiritual path of purpose in this lifetime. When we get into the Tarot, 6 is the Lover's card, the choice point, right? We all have choices to make. And as we continue to grow and expand and really step into our God-given power, Sweden, oh, welcome. As we step into our God-given power, we may, others, people we love may fall away. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that we've lost anything, because any love shared with another only grows. It never diminishes. Even if the connection it no longer exists, the love still grows. And we know that. I know that. I've really learned that through Frank's passing in 2018 to now. His presence is right here. He's right behind me. Can you guys see him? It's like a big bear. He doesn't leave me alone. It's because it's our birthday month. So he's been showing off a lot this month, and it's wonderful. So then the next card, now don't tell me we had this yesterday as well. The clarity, or 2 days ago, right? With the transpersonal card. We had this one, a tidy house. Clarity and organization. I'm just looking at my 20-year-old son, who's now standing at the water cooler, eyeballing me as I'm talking to the computer with a smile on his face. Tidy house. Yes, a tidy house is going to help you become clear. Okay. Number 1, magician energy. You, me, all of us have the ability to transform anything. It's about our faith in ourselves, our faith in the goodness of God, the faith in the goodness of humans, HUE, mans, the goodness of people. And there's so many people. I have so many conversations on a regular basis. And I'll tell you, I'm pretty much like this outside of the house to me. There's no differentiating between, regular life and spiritual life. It's all one. How can you separate one from the other? Our health is determined mind, body, and spirit. It's all one. It's like the trinity of wellness. And so we can't talk about wellness without talking about spiritual wellness, physical wellness, and emotional. And yes, I know he's going to be 21 in November, Pamela. My baby's all grown up, and now I look up to him. He's like way up there somewhere at 6'5". I thought I was tall, and no, not anymore. But we can't have one component of wellness without the other. So our physical pain will usually lead us to our emotional pain. And then our emotional pain leads us to our spiritual essence, because this is how we heal, by the recognition that we are spiritual in nature. We're here in service to our eternal souls. Yes, it is amazing. Well, I have another opportunity, because we had to clear when I moved in with Frank 8 years ago. We cleared a lot of clutter then, moved in with him. And then 3 years later, he died. And then not only did we have to clear his clutter of many years in his home, but it was also clearing ours again to move here. We're now looking for the perfect home again, which we have yet to find. And so as I'm packing this place up, I am clearing again with Frank's stuff too, because when we moved here, I wasn't ready to let go of a lot of his stuff. So that's going to be a challenge to go through his stuff that needs to be cleared out again. So anyways, clearing is good. It always feels good to get rid of stuff, doesn't it? I cleaned out the closet the other day, got rid of boots and shoes that weren't worn and jackets and stuff that were no good. So anyways, let's do a 1, 2, 3. What will it be? This is the interactive component for all of you, a gift from my heart to yours as you move into your weekend and I move into my Wednesday. Who sang that song, Do the Humpty Hump? Anyways, I don't know. That's the one. All right. So 1, 2, or 3, what will it be for a personal affirmation and a close to personal message just for you? 1, 2, or 3, what will it be? 1, 2, or 3, choose now. We've got the 2 cards, number 3, right there. Okay. Don't forget, if you're still here watching this and you resonate with anything that's being said, please take a moment and consider subscribing to this channel. It greatly helps this channel to grow. I think the last time I looked, we were at 733 subscribers. That is amazing. Some people may go, oh, well, you've been at this for 10 years or more. Yes, I have. And I've been consistent with it this year because my intention is to watch this community grow and expand and go viral worldwide as we begin to open our inner eyes and connect to one another through the heart. Not all this diversity and inclusion, which is really just segregation and separation and keeping us slaves. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you are in the world. We are all slaves unless and until we claim our sovereignty and rise up against the evil that wants to keep us down because they know how incredibly powerful we are. They know that we are the light of the Christ, and they know that we are here to resurrect that light in this lifetime, not another lifetime, in this lifetime. That's why we're here, and that's why it's been such an intense lifetime for many of us. If you're here watching this, you resonate with me, you are a healer. You are here to change the world without a doubt. Years and years ago, I received the message that I was a healer for healers. So with that being said, if you would like to work with me, a reading, a personal healing, please do reach out via my website. A link is in the description box below. It's just lisalyle.com, and I would love to connect with you. Still waiting for my 10 sisters for that moon circle to get that moon membership container up and running. So if you're interested in that, details are on my website as well. And for those who send donations, thank yous, buy me a coffee, a tea, thank you so much. The link for that is also on the website. Okay, so here we are, the interactive part of this message. If you were guided to number 1, here is your, yay, you are the floodgate of abundance. Abundance is found in this day, right here and now, in this moment. Look how beautiful that is. Number 36, it's that hermit energy. 3 + 6 is 9. It's like you have become, and you are becoming more and more each day, the embodiment of your soul star, right? The shining star. You are deeply connected to and nurtured by your connection to the earth. I'm seeing what I'm going to say is like a hummingbird there. This is about joy. It is your abundance flows from the path of joy, the path of service, the path that lights you up. The path that as you share radiates from your face. And I feel like this sharing with you is this path for me. I'm claiming all these cards today. I'm claiming them all. And what I'm really feeling here, it's like being one with all things. And it's taking me back to that transpersonal card, right? It's like we are transforming. And we've had many conversations about the caterpillar to the cocoon, to the goo, to the butterfly, right? And this feels like you've gone through the caterpillar, the cocoon, and goo, and now you are emerging on the other side as this beautiful, beautiful butterfly. And if you're not feeling it yet, if you're still in the awkward, uncomfortable phase, it's coming. So affirm this. Here's your affirmation. And remember, I say affirmations 3 times. That's just how I've been doing it for 30 years or so. I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. I am grateful for the abundance that nature and the universe provide in my life. One more time. I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. And affirm, I am the gateway of abundance. I am the gateway of abundance. One more time. I am the gateway of abundance. Yes, you are. We all are. So number 1, I trust that has been supportive to you. Get to nature, get out there. And I'm just feeling like get out there and just sit. Listen to the breeze, listen to the cicadas, listen to the birds. If you have a water close by, listen to the water. Just really be present in the moment. Okay, if you were guided, oh my gosh. Before I show you this card, I should also mention that 9 in my world is a number of completion. We are wrapping up a cycle before we move into that Wheel of Fortune energy. The Hermit has done its healing. The Hermit is following their own shining star, and we move into the Wheel of Fortune energy, which the 1 and the 0 bring me back to the Fool and the Magician energy. So this is a time of completion. You are moving away from perhaps a poverty mindset, perhaps generational poverty and trauma. You have done all the work. You are moving away and you are about to claim your abundance. Number 2s, we've got Archangel Raphael, a number 9 again. So 999 is completion. We're in the 888 energetic of abundance. We are manifesting. We are clearing to bring to us what it is that we deserve and desire. And Archangel Raphael is helping you group 2s. Those of you who are guided to number 2, Archangel Raphael is right there with you, helping you through this phase of your healing. And I've just been guided to place my hand on the solar plexus and sacral area. I don't know if you can see, but so it does feel, for those of you guided to number 2, there's a big shift taking place in that solar plexus and sacral chakra. Okay, so really working energetically. They're having me I feel like you need to, I don't want to shake things up here, but I'm feeling guided to stamp my feet and move my arms to get energy moving. So I feel like for some of you, there's some stagnant energy it's pooled in the sacral chakra. Okay, so you may be experiencing some hip pain and discomfort, low back pain. Perhaps you've got issues with your menstrual cycle. Perhaps you have issues of a sexual nature. Actually, our sex conduct is a big issue for many. It's one that needs to be healed. It's key in our evolution in this lifetime. So for those of you who were guided to number 2, I must also say that Archangel Michael is right there with you. For me, these 2 work together. They've been lifelong companions of mine since I was a little girl. And they come in together. And Archangel Michael is the overseer, if you will, the protector, the guardian, while Archangel Raphael supports the work and the healing. Yes, our bestie. That's right. And if you feel like you are here on a planetary mission, it is Archangel Michael that is guiding. He's pushing us towards our missions. He sits in the direction of the south, the direction of the inner child. He encourages the inner child to come out and play. And those of us who know Archangel Michael, many of us have been traveling with him throughout our lifetime. And you will know that. And he has been, he just like Frank's been showing off recently, so is Archangel Michael. And I love it. I can't get enough of it. So for those of you guided to number 2, I'm hearing trust the purity of your heart. Trust the purity of your heart and be willing to make a fresh start. Today is the day. Wrapping up and letting go of things that do not serve you any longer. Here's your affirmation. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. And so it is. Okay, let's see. Number 3, I can't wait to see what this card is. Okay. This is awesome. You know, like, you're an awesome group too. And I have to say, if you're watching this, even on the replay, hit the thumbs up, drop a comment, because it really supports my ability to tune in to the collective that is drawn here. And it really, it helps the messages become more clear. And I think you'll see that as we go. Like, this is amazing. So number 3, you got the sun goddess. And this is like number 33. So back to our brother Yeshua, who 33 is my number for his energy, the Christ. 333 is also my divine feminine, like the goddess energy. And, you know, this is like the sun card. Your wish, anything you can imagine is possible. If you have faith in yourself, if you have faith in the God that resides within and guides you forward. I'm feeling for some of you, number 3s, that there's a need for forgiveness. And we often are easy to say, oh, yeah, I forgive that person for their trespass, or I forgive what they did. And then we carry on. And yet, if we haven't forgiven ourselves, and you know, I'm here at this point where I have released and healed stuff from 33 years ago. Like, this month is the month that it was actually done. It came up back in March. And yeah, Yeshua is my best friend, man. He's my bestie and has been for a long time. Along with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, like, all, it's just amazing. This, though, is really speaking about coming to a place where, instead of saying, yeah, I forgive that person, truly forgiving ourselves. And recently I've had to reflect upon my life of the last 30 years. And in particular, back in 91, the young woman that I was, and the choices that that woman made that hurt a lot of people along the way. And including herself. And so this August, on the 33rd, what would have been my 33rd wedding anniversary had I still been married, it really came to the forefront that it was about me forgiving myself and letting that go, for what I didn't know then and what I know now. And, you know, through that process, there's freedom that comes. And so for some of you who were guided to this card, I do feel that there is a need for you to forgive yourself. And we can see this dragon in the background here. And we are in the year 2024 is the year of the wood dragon. And so I feel for all of us, and in particularly those of us who gather here on a regular, this is the year we come. You're a Virgo, of course you are. This is the year that we come into our power. And I'm feeling like, you know, perhaps these are meant to be wood, but I'm actually feeling like a crystal energy here. Let me just see if I can tune into that. They're asking me to look around here, but I don't. I've packed up a lot of my crystals. Oh, citrine is what they're saying. And I have a citrine tower here. So working with citrine is going to help that solar plexus. Working, and for those who want, I'm hearing citrine, and then Oh, I'm so glad. Yay, our family, we're coming together. I'm here to be partially entertaining because this is how we learn, right? And we have to go through it. We cannot teach or share anything that we have not experienced. And I'm so happy you're here too, Emily, and Milos and Pam and Elaine and who else do we have here? Oh, that's it. Oh, and Rex is going to get his bone and drop it on the floor. But I'm really feeling like this is it. And if you see this goddess here, she is in white and she is transparent. What you see is what you get. And when I'm feeling like I'm just feeling so, I'm getting hot again too. I'm just feeling like so much to be in your presence is a gift. So thank you for being here, honestly and truly. And I feel like a big part of the transpersonal shift right now is for you, number three, so anyone who's still here watching this, for you, it's about understanding that you are a gift. You are the sunshine in your life. You are incredibly powerful. And for some of you, there is going to be some work required of the solar plexus. How well are you digesting life these days? How's your tummy feeling? We talked about that earlier. Our guts are a mess for the most part, and which means our mind, like our gut is our second brain, they say. And so taking care of that, taking care of your gut, taking care of your physical health. Oh, white is a color which is used to mourn the death of our ego. Interesting. Interesting. And I always see white as the purity of our heart, right? And I guess that would make sense because Milos is saying that white, it represents the death of the ego. And if I see it as the purity of the heart, then when we're operating from the purity of the heart, there is no ego. Although ego is also about free will choices, right? Because the solar plexus is the home of the ego and it's also the home of free will choice. And so this is about standing up for yourself and making choices and decisions that support you. Okay? So this, and perhaps before I read the affirmation, perhaps there's also a need for you to create more routine around the rising and setting of the sun, right? So getting up with the rising of the sun and really making use of that day, that solar power. And then as the sun retires at night, you begin that inner journey. And during the inner time is when you meditate. Perhaps you meditate in the morning and then again at night. And really just showing up for ourselves is key. I love you, Elaine. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm always at my heart. I'm always like, ooh, let it out, let it out. Okay, so here's your affirmation. I'm being silly today, more silly than normal because there's like so much engagement and I just love the engagement. Ha ha, Jacob, I'm not talking to myself. You know, he thinks I sit here and talk to myself or stand here and talk to myself. Well, I do sometimes, a lot of times. Anyways, it says here, I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. Solar plexus, SOULAR, solar plexus, right? Like humans, HUEMAN. Humans need to clear their solar plexus, and this is critical. And this area is developed between 14 and 21 before we get up to our heart. Okay, so I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. Yes, we do. And I had so much fun with you today. Oh my goodness. I really had so much fun. Yeah, the head's kind of useless, you know? I mean, it's not really because up here we have our imagination, right? So when we decalcify our pineal gland, then we can begin to use our imagination and our intuition. Until we do that, we're just kind of a bonehead. We're just kind of a bonehead. All right. All right, everyone. I don't know what else to say. I could stay here for hours, but I really do have to start getting myself ready for my job outside of the house. This is my joy. And then I have a job. So don't forget, if you're still here, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and drop a comment, introduce yourself. I love the engagement if you haven't been able to tell. And secondly, you will, by subscribing and commenting, your name will be entered into the free reading giveaway. Our next draw is Thursday, August the 29th, and it will be done here live at 11:11 a.m. If you'd like to book a reading, a healing session with me, become a part of our moon circles, or send me a little thank you, you can do that via my website, link in the description box below. Thank you to everyone who is new here. Thank you to those who have been traveling with me for a decade or more. I love you all so much. And truly, it's important for you to know that your presence here is a gift for which I am eternally grateful. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Serbia, Sweden, North America. Thank you all so much for showing up live with me. You've made my day. Until tomorrow, everyone, take good care of yourself. I love you.